Thank you all. I would like to start with a question. Oh, that's a hard thing for me to do, to stand in one place. Okay, have you ever been in a room where a person with a title, a person with the authority, or the person who is called the senior have gotten everything wrong, but you cannot question them, you cannot correct them, or you cannot even reason out why they are saying that? Have any of you experienced it? Nobody has it? Oh, you have experienced it? Yes, I have. Most of you would have. Like, even when your parents have something to say, you totally disagree with them and you completely know they are wrong, but you cannot question them. You cannot even you, forget questioning. You cannot even, you don't even have to reason why they are doing it. Why? Why is it so? Because socially, politically, and culturally, we have been wired, we have been trained, and we have been taught that questioning someone with authority, correcting our seniors, or even even saying something which they don't disagree is considered to be disrespectful. It is considered as betrayal. It is considered as not the right thing to do. How many of you agree it that even if a person with authority or even if a person, a senior person, when he says something wrong, you are not supposed to correct it? How many of you think that that is the right thing to do? Oh, most of you agree with that. So everybody is obedient here. So it's only me who is very disobedient. It's like all of you are looking into me eyes and saying, how dare you walk into Panimalar College and say disobey. But I promise you, by the end of this talk, I will convince everyone that disobedience is a virtue and it has to be followed by every one of us and has to be taught to everyone in a future generation as well. Let me take you back to my childhood days, say around when I was 10. One of my uncle, he is a very glorified person in our family. He's not just some random uncle. He has helped my father throughout his career, progress, and everything. So once my sister, one of my tenant friend and myself sat in the room and we were studying, he walked into a room and lit a cigarette. And that was a usual thing then because no smoking and smoking zones came only later in 2008. And something got into me that day because my friend had a history of asthma, and I said, "Uncle, if you want to smoke, please go outside because please don't smoke inside the house." This shook him, and he felt really mistreated, and he got angry, and he just left the house saying that, "You are asking me to leave your house? How dare you ask me to leave the house? That was so disrespectful," and he left the house. And my dad, who was expecting him that day, walked in home after work, and he asked me, "Did your uncle visit today?" And I was so terrified that I told him, "No, I don't know." I just kept quiet saying that I don't know, and I don't know if he came. Then later when he know that I said this to him, that was go outside the house and smoke, he was so bad. He felt like that he has betrayed his brother. And I was thankful that he did not throw me out of the house, but he did not treat me kind as well. It was so bad that I had to take this into my heart, and I remembered it for a long time till date. Not because I regretted what I said, is because I still love that uncle. He's one of my favorite uncle. But then one single thing, to stand up for myself, stand up for what I believe, to discern, was considered disrespectful. I respected him, I still love him, but then to discern was considered as disrespectful. That is where every one of us have a slight confusion. Does discernment means disrespect? Do we have to obey someone to show them that we respect them? How many of you believe that we have to obey to show our respect? Everybody believe that you have to obey to show your respect. I've got one companion for me. She says no. Obedience does not show your respect for someone. Obedience is something totally different from respecting a person. Discernment is a virtue. Everybody has to discern what is discernment? Discernment means the ability to judge well. Okay. Now, right now, we all have to segregate obedience, disrespect, and discern. I'll tell you something else more serious, part of my life. When I want to become a pilot, my parents were very happy. They supported me with everything, their lifetime saving. I did my training, and when I came back, the recession hit. Major airlines shut down, there was no job. My parents, with whatever money left, including their retirement saving, they planned what every Indian parents would do to get me married. With so much opposition from our friends and families, but to make me become a pilot, and this was unsuccessful because I did not get a job. They planned my wedding. Everything was ready. Jewels, mixie, fridge, grinder, washing machine, everything was ready. Jewels, except the groom. So they were hunting far and wide for a groom, but they were unsuccessful to find that right man for me. Later, what I did was, I did something unimaginable. I convinced my parents, going against all my relatives and neighbors, saying that what we'll do is we'll sell this jewelry. Whatever we bought just 2 weeks back, I literally convinced them. I made them sell all the jewelry they bought for my wedding, and I enrolled myself for a self-sponsored typewriting course, which is the next step in my career. I sold all the jewelry. I just returned back everything they bought for my wedding, and I said this because that course was starting in a few weeks' time, and I enrolled myself in this course. My parents became a laughing stock in front of everyone. They were mocked and criticized for no reason. But then I loved them for what they were doing it for me. But I had to disobey them. I had to go against their will. They felt betrayed. They felt mistreated. And I felt selfish. And there was total chaos. For a year, I escaped from my house, going into this course, studied. When I came back, again, the wedding and marriage thing started. There was no funds for them to get me married. And again, I literally went into hiding, like how a crab will go into molting phase, hiding into a rock or something when it opens out of its old shell. Then for a moment I decided this breaking boundary and doing something doing something beyond what we are supposed to do, what we were expected to do, does not only break we are not only breaking boundaries, we are breaking relationship, we are breaking bonds with so many things within ourselves, within our family, within our friends. But later I realized this is the best decision I have taken in my entire life. No matter what the neighbors or the friends or relatives told me, I did not feel bad, but then I regretted a bit because I wasn't able to pay my parents back the money that they have spent me. Though this wasn't a transaction, their love wasn't a transaction for me, but then I finally did pay them back with success, with pride, with integrity, when I finally got a job and got into an airline. And a lot of people were thinking this would be a failure. They thought if she get into an airline, she wouldn't get married. Her family life will not be successful. But I'm very thankful because I was able to manage my professional as well as my my personal life well. I disobeyed them there. But then, again, why are you thinking that disobeying your parents, disobeying a person in authority or correcting them is wrong? It is because the society is tuned us that saying obeying is safety. Obeying will help us grow. But actually it is not true. Obeying does not always lead to growth. From my experience, what I've learned is Lot of deadly accidents in airlines has happened because a person did not question the authority, or person felt so much respect for the person in authority that he failed to correct him, that has led to most deaths in the airline. For example, this Tenerife disaster which happened in 27 March 1977, we lost 587 people. The person in authority, the captain, without realizing that the takeoff clearance was given, he took off. The first officer and the engineer knew that the takeoff clearances was not given. But then they were so hesitant to correct, not out of fear, not out of breaking the rule. They were feared because they respected the captain so much. He was a very friendly and a very kind person. And if they thought, if we question him or if we correct him saying, sir, stop, don't do that, about takeoff. If we take off, we'll get into danger. If they would have said that one word, they would have saved so many people's life. Not only this, most of the accidents in the airline has happened because of this hierarchy, where the first officer or the person in the lower grade has failed to question or failed to correct the person in authority, correct the person, the senior person. If you don't trust me yet, if you're still not convinced, let me take you to a classic example. Let us revise our history lesson, where how many of you know Hitler? Everybody should know Hitler. Hitler was a great orator. Okay, his speeches were designed and tailored to get favor from the people. Okay, it was rehearsed. It was rehearsed to attract people. Actually, the thing which Hitler believed, I don't know if he really believed, because scapegoating was a political strategy which is used till date. He wanted to unify people. And so he thought there was no historical evidence that the Jews Jews are responsible for all the problems which are happening in Germany, or all the poverty which is happening in Germany. Neither did Hitler have any personal vengeance towards the Jews. The only thing is, he wants to unify people. He wants people to believe whatever he is talking. So what he did is, he made people believe that the Jews were responsible for all the chaos which is happening in Germany, and he made them take control. People thought they were in control of the situation because they were scapegoating a small minority people. And this led to him make so many people believe that they are in control, and this will change the future of Germany. And he holocaust almost 1% of the Germany population the other day. What is my final conclusion here is, being obedient without discernment. Being obedient without discernment, it breaks the dream, it breaks hearts, it breaks family, it breaks the future, and it breaks life as well. What I'm saying is, think. If you are obliged to obey someone, think before you act. Take the message. Don't adore too much the messenger. Take the message alone. Filter it. Hitler used this method of propaganda, where things were repeatedly told to people again and again, through newspaper, through radio, through television. He also got it into the textbook of the children. Okay, now with the future generation, we don't know, we cannot control what they see, seek, or evolve into. But then one thing we can do is to shield them and equip them with disobedience. So by disobeying, by being by intelligently disobeying what our authority says, by intelligently disobeying what people, our senior people says, by filtering out what is good, what is bad, we can actually build a better future. This world is full of fake leaders, false teaching, and media full of life. The only thing that we can shield ourselves is through disobedience. When the law is unjust, disobedience is no more a threat, it becomes a duty. We see people disobeying, we see people being too obedient to their parents that they try to disrespect their spouse. We see students being so obedient to their friends that they get into harmful behaviors. There are so many examples like that, the followers being too obedient to their leaders and they almost destroy their life. What I'm saying is, I'm not telling you to be a disobedient rebels, to just question everything they say. Just filter out what is necessary. Try to be intelligent, do intelligent disobedience. You should all know about this guard dogs, right? Guard dogs. Blind people use, or people who are differently able to use this guard dog. They are trained to obey. All they are supposed to do is obey their master. But still, when they sense there is some danger ahead of them, when they see that this path is not going to take them where they have to go, they disobey them. Even when they hear the command from the master say go, they don't go. They don't go. They disobey with clarity, care, and courage. So that is what I'm saying. No matter your seniors, no matter your authority, people in authority, no matter whatever they say, but if you know what you are doing is not right, if you think that morally it is not right, if you think socially it is going to lead into disaster, if you think that it is not going to lead you anywhere, you are very well obliged to disobey them. So this is my final conclusion here. Nurture the skill of intelligent disobedience. When laws are unjust, most of the time it is unjust. Disobedience is no more a threat. Disobedience is our duty. To discern is not to disrespect. To disobey is not betrayal. The world does not need blind followers, okay? It needs people who question. It needs people who discern. So that's my final conclusion here. If anybody still disagrees, I have 1 minute, disagrees, tell me why you think that disobedience is not a virtue. So can I take it that everybody is convinced that disobedience is a virtue? Disobedience has to be followed? Yes. I know you will disobey your parents in many ways when you want something so sincerely. But there are something, even if you want something sincerely, but still we have to disobey our leaders, disobey our authority. That is what I have learned from my personal experience. No matter if my captain is there and if he is saying that this is what is right, when I know that it is not right, I will not let him do it. I will not let him do it. Maybe my career has given us the full rights to do it. And I'm taking that example for you to use it in life. So when you know this is not going to take you anywhere, please be free to disobey. Thank you.